Hi everyone, my name is Mel from Risa Collective. Today I'm going to be showing you a demo to how exactly to do the splits. So please note that this demo video is not going to warm the body up. I recommend you going back and finding a vinyasa flow that is specifically targeted to hamstrings and hips, so that the hips and hamstrings are nice and warm before attempting to follow along with me and do the splits, else you could seriously hurt yourself. So make sure that you are nice and warm. I am now gonna demonstrate how I get into the splits and how I taught myself how to do the splits, so you can actually follow along with me. I take you through various stages, various steps, and then if this is one of your goals, I recommend that you practice vinyasa yoga flows, and then once you are nice and warm, maybe every second day, every third day, do this exact sort of demonstration of how to get into it, and eventually you will be able to do the splits. So I like to start in a downward facing dog, stepping ourselves all the way back. We gaze toward the kneecaps and we lengthen up through the spinal column. So as I've mentioned, you should already be warm. You're gonna lift the right leg up, three-legged down dog, to draw the knee into the chest. Step the right foot in between your hands. You're gonna come up onto your fingertips. So this is kind of step one, this is where we start. If you have blocks or books at home, it is helpful to place your hands a little bit higher. So I don't necessarily need those, but if you are starting out, blocks will be very helpful here. You are stretching into your left hip flexor by resting in this shape. From here, the next step is to heel toe your foot forward. So we start to walk our right foot forward. Walk it forward, walk it forward. When it gets to about the top of your mat, you're gonna flex into the right foot and you're gonna heel toe that right foot forward. So now your right hamstring is nice and long, almost as if we were in half Hanuman, but a little bit more intense. If this is already calling out to you, please stay here. Breathe here for, I would say, at least 5 to 6 breaths. Those that can take it a step further, we're gonna tuck the back toes under, start to shift the back knee away from you. Okay, and then once again, you hold, you hover, you breathe. Over time, as you exhale, the hips will start to drop and you should be able to settle into the splits. Okay. The gap between your sitting bones or your hips and the floor will slowly get smaller, but it's not gonna happen overnight, else you will hurt yourself. So just breathing into the shape, taking your time. So let's take a breath in, take a breath out, inhale, exhale. Let's take one more breath in, one more breath out. Now to come out of it, take your time, lift your hips, drag your heel back. Careful, your heel might get caught on the top of your mat, so make sure you go over the mat, send the knees back, sink the hips back, take the hands beside the body, rest the forehead to the mat, sink and soften into your shoulders. Take a moment to breathe in, take a moment to breathe out. I'm gonna do that with you on the left-hand side so that we can even it out. Just meeting back in that downward facing dog shape whenever you are ready. Okay, so from here, lift your left leg, three-legged down dog. Knee to your nose, step your left foot in between your hands, drop your back knee down to the mat. You are then going to come up onto your fingertips. Remember, nice big stretch in your left hip flexor. Start to heel toe that left foot forward. When you can't heel toe anymore, ground through the heel, straighten up through the left hamstring. Beginner option, you can kind of hang out here. If you can take it a step further, tuck the back toes under, start to work that back knee further away. And then we sink settle. So as you can see, my left is not as good as my right, which is completely normal, especially if you're right-handed. But our work is to make sure that we do even the least favorite side, that we just hang out there, that we breathe. So let's take 3 breaths together. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. One more inhale, one more exhale. No rush at all. Lift the hips up, drag the heel back. Don't let it get caught on the top of your mat. Sink the hips back. Hands beside the body. Forward to the mat. Soften and ease into the shoulders. One breath in. One breath out. And then fingertips to the mat. You can come all the way up. And that is it. Seems super simple, but it took me a very long time to get there. Anything that is done consistently and with practice is done well. So keep practicing whenever you feel ready and warm. Give it your best go. Don't expect it to happen in one day, but also don't give up. Thank you so much. I'll see you again next time.